Welcome back to New Rockstars. This is the Boys Underground, where we chat about Amazon's darkest, horrific superhero show. You're gonna fight me, I'll say live-action superhero show. Invincible is pretty bad. What's another 17 years? I'm Jessica Clemons. Brought here today with me is, let's start it this way this time, Brandon Barrick.
Oh, hello. Glad to be back.
Yay.
Yes, and then we have Marina Mastros.
Yay.
Ooh,
Yay!
yeah.
You guys, though we didn't quite get there, the real Herogasm was watching Butcher, Huey, and Soldier Boy beat the shit out of Homelander.
Oh, yeah, that was
So
great.
close.
It was, when I was watching the show, I was like, this is the Herogasm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very satisfying to see someone or three people be able to like take him on a little
Yeah.
bit, and for him to be on his heels a little and get beat up.
I just needed, and honestly, it's so crazy how this was kind of medicine for me, where I was like, I just needed a little bit.
Yeah.
A little.
Just a
I needed him to be knocked down a peg so
Yeah.
Like
bad.
you knew he wasn't gonna get beat right there.
Yeah.
But like getting close was nice.
That was
Yes.
nice. I'm now like, whew, okay, I can keep watching.
Yeah.
But let's start with our recap so we can get really into it.
Yeah. Okay, so now that Homelander knows that Soldier Boy is back, the Deep, through his wife's research, discovers that Soldier Boy is going after his old team, Payback. And the next closest target would be the TNT twins, housed in Vermont. A lovely mid-century modern home that I thought was really
Beautiful
nice.
house.
I know, so
Beautiful
nice.
house.
A great orgy house.
Yeah, great orgy house. Homelander sends the Deep to Vermont to report on whether or not Soldier Boy is going to show up, and the Deep is into it, a little too into it. Here's something I want to talk about real fast. Octopuses, octopodi, they have, you can say octopodi because octopus is a Greek word, and you can say octopodi.
Oh, okay, got
it's
it.
totally fine for the plural of octopus. They have beaks.
Yeah, I was
yeah.
thinking about
Like a
that.
parrot's
Well,
beak.
I don't think he was. I think he was doing the mouth, but I also was like, because he kept saying like your arms are so many, and I was
Right,
like,
right.
oh, so is
But
he
there's
just
a
getting
beak
gripped?
in
There is a beak, but they don't have to like
Close
you
it.
know, yeah. But if they
It's
did, it really
risky.
hurts.
It's
Yeah,
risky.
yeah.
God,
What
he's
if,
a
what if the
monster.
octopus sneezes? I
Yeah.
don't know.
What if
So last we had seen of Kimiko was in the hospital with no powers. One of Nina's goons kidnaps Kimiko from the hospital and brings her to a warehouse, holding Frenchie and Sherry captive. That was a heavy scene. I thought for sure someone was going to die there.
Someone
I
did.
thought Sherry was going to die, and it was
okay,
going to be brutal. I'm glad she didn't, and Kimiko did it. Nina's henchmen, they were going to kill Kimiko in front of Frenchie or kill Sherry. He had to choose. But before the henchmen could pull the trigger, Kimiko broke free and killed everyone in the room, everyone but Nina, who escaped. She's out there somewhere. Frenchie took Sherry and Kimiko to a safe place and fixed her up. Man, it was brutal watching Kimiko get punched.
I was
that
like-
was heavy stuff.
She must have. I mean, maybe she has a tiny bit of residual because I was like, she'd be dead. Super
I mean,
dead.
that was brutal. That was
If you have
brutal.
surgery right here and then someone punches it 7 times,
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm
A
dead.
piece of me was like, it has to be residual. There has to be a little bit of something left. But
Something's
then also,
left,
like,
yeah.
I guess if you had that power and you were getting your ass kicked every day, you probably still have
Yeah,
that
yeah,
feeling
yeah.
of
She's a
adrenaline and
fighter.
stuff.
She's a
Yeah, you're a
fighter.
fighter.
So yeah, as Frenchie's healing her up, they have a heart-to-heart, recognizing their traumatic childhood is probably the reason they're so violent. But one day they'd be able to overcome it. And this show's really about like overcoming your childhood trauma for all of our characters. Soldier Boy, Butcher, and Huey arrive in Vermont to kill the TNT twins. This is where we get a glimpse of Herogasm. Huey and Butcher injected themselves with Temp V compound. And I must say, it's very convenient for Huey to just appear naked.
I know.
It actually worked
That
out
was
well.
perfect.
When Soldier Boy confronted the TNT twins, they blamed it on Black Noir. Very easy to blame the man who
Yeah.
can't talk. However, everyone knows Noir doesn't do things unless Vought tells him. And we knew Vought was behind this the
Yeah.
whole time, right? Soldier Boy, triggered again by this Russian song that keeps playing. We'll bring that up a little bit later. He begins to power up and explodes, blowing up the house and killing almost everyone inside. Victoria Newman discloses to Starlight that she can make people's heads explode. So that everyone's on this. Cards are on the table there. And she's on Starlight's side, but needs to use her Instagram account to goose her numbers, as she says. I also love the little, like, secret I made your nose bleed. I
know.
rewatched it. Her eyes don't do anything, but, like, it was
Yeah.
like a nice little surprise. But Starlight ain't having it. She's tired of being used as a pawn and tells Victoria to f*** off. Bleep that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna bleep a lot of things we say.
Yeah.
MM and Starlight have now teamed up to stop Soldier Boy. They're done with the bloodshed. They're going to clean up the mess. Clearly, that doesn't go well when Soldier Boy blows up the house. And Starlight, later in a heartfelt Insta Live post, announces that she quits. Soldier Boy is not the American hero we should love, and Homelander is a liar. Hashtag Vought lied, people died.
Vought lied, people died, baby.
I gotta say too, they really nailed the tech overlays this episode.
Yes.
The YouTube
Yes.
thing was perfect.
Yeah.
The Instagram thing was perfect. It's not hard, people. Get it right. We all are on the internet all the time. We know when you're using a fake thing. It was perfect. They nailed it.
It was very good.
Black Noir ripped his chip out and ran, now recognizing that Soldier Boy is back. We remember how shell-shocked he was in Nicaragua. Maeve is still missing. No way she's dead. Ashley is still ripping out chunks of her hair. I don't know how she has any hair left.
I know.
I think she's using V just to grow hair. And A-Train got payback on Blue Hawk by turning him into a meat crayon and dragging his face across the pavement, running just as fast as he can, holding on to one another's hand. And ultimately has that heart attack that his doctors have warned him about.
Yes.
Aw.
You want to do the merch?
Yeah. Hey, but before we get more into this episode, be sure to check out our awesome merch options over at newrockstarsmerch.com. We're currently featuring two latest Obsession shirts. Our Obi-Wan Kenobi limited edition shirt called Empire's Most Wanted, and our Miss Marvel-inspired shirt titled Cosmic Daydream. Both of these shirts are limited edition and won't be available for long, so check them out along with all of our other awesome merch options over at newrockstarsmerch.com. We also want to remind you that New Rockstars is going to be live and in person, not on your computer screen anymore. New Rockstars is going to be appearing live in Austin, Texas, as part of the RTX Austin 2022 Podcast Festival, July 1st through July 3rd. If you've ever wanted to see some of your favorite New Rockstars hosts in person, now's your chance. Jessica Clemons is going to be there, along with Tommy Bechtold, Philip Molina, Erik Voss. They'll all be there. Just click the link in the description and use promo code NEWROCKSTARS, that's all one word, for a discounted ticket price. Come on out and check out the wild live show we put together. It's going to be really fun. There's trivia. There's things you can win. It's tons of fun. We guarantee you'll have a great time. And be sure to check out some of the other awesome podcasts that will be at RTX Austin 2022. To save on your ticket, click the link in the description and use promo code NEWROCKSTARS. We hope to see you there.
Beautiful. And if I don't see you in Austin, Texas, I'll see you in these missable details. I'll catch you in these missable details, baby. So, something we like to do here. Missable details, let's get into it because there's so much in this episode. And I'll be honest, I hit all of them. I hit
Calling it like
every
Dave
single one of them. We love pop culture callbacks. This video of Soup's, the very beginning of famous people singing Imagine by John Lennon is an homage to the horror that was imagined by celebs in 2020 when we were just entering COVID. In order of appearance, we have The Deep, Patton Oswalt, A-Train, Josh Gad, Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher, Elizabeth Banks, Kumail Nanjiani, Aisha Taylor, Rose Byrne, and Black Noir, who does not speak but holds up a poster.
That was great. I thought for sure Rose Byrne was like in the original. She really nailed the look of it.
Yeah,
Sweater, the turn of her head. It was like perfect.
Yeah.
And that joke's been done, but I think they really nailed it.
It was very satisfying to me. I was like, get him.
There was some good gets.
I think they did also a good job because keep note, it was so cringy and none of these actors were in that original. So these are the good ones. Okay, we know Homelander is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs to the extent of talking to himself in the mirror, which is featured in Volume 9, Issue 49 of the comics. But just like Season 6, Episode 2, Issue 47, Homelander states, "The only man in the sky is me," while referring to God, and kills a family of 4 in the comics. So we know he's insane. It's just to what extent, you know? And I love that they're taking these pieces from the comics.
And they had a episode this season already titled "The Only Man in the Sky."
And he said that line. He was like, "I'm God," and he does that exact line to the family. In that issue in the comics, he takes a family of 4 in a car, flies them through the sky. They're like, "Yay, woo, Greece!" And then he's like, "I don't care what happens to you guys," and just drops the car, and they all die. And it's a very horrible.
Though it was interesting seeing how he got really scared when Vought was in trouble. Because he was like, "I'm Vought." Like, that's his weakness now, is this company. He's like, "I'm not fully invested."
I fail. Which I was like, huh.
Yeah.
You're true. I don't like that mirror side of him talking.
I mean, especially when it was like direct to screen and like looking at us. And that thing he says was like, when we were in the bad room, I got you out of the bad room or whatever. So it's like, when he was a kid, this is a personality he turned to. Shades of what we saw in like Moon Knight.
Yeah, I was
right?
like, I think he has DID from being traumatized as a child completely.
And if this
which would make
personality
sense.
fully takes over and he cuts out the cancer of humanity that lives inside of Homelander, which I've never seen any humanity inside of Homelander, big time trouble. Big time trouble.
Literally. But what you guys have all been waiting for.
Oh my
What we
God.
all been waiting for. It's the 70th anniversary of Herogasm, allegedly founded by Soldier Boy and Liberty.
Oh my
And if
God.
you don't remember who Liberty is, it's Stormfront.
What
the
a firecracker.
Nazi.
Yeah.
When he says, she's a firecracker, and he was just like, who's gonna tell him?
Yeah.
Who's gonna tell him? Herogasm is volume 5 of the comics. It's a 6-issue run. In said comic, soups and villains must come together to destroy a common enemy. To the public, when in reality they have a massive orgy called Herogasm to just fucking relax. This is where also Soldier Boy and Homelander have sex. I mean, is it in the right light? Absolutely not. There's a lot of troublesome sex things happening in this. In that issue, Soldier Boy's having sex with him in order to get into the 7. But he's not going to get into the 7.
Yeah.
You know how it works.
You know how it works.
You know how it works. You know how the game's played.
Yeah. I mean, that's a fascinating warning we had as the show started. And I, you know.
Oh yeah, that was so funny.
Yeah, I hope all those extras were treated kindly on set. It was pretty intense.
What
I still think it was not as intense as the first episode, but like
nothing's a penis hole. nothing is the penis hole. I thought
mean,
they were
the
going to
love
go
sausage was
above the
intense.
penis. I love sausage though. I think love sausage is so funny. Also call me. Also call me. But what was except for now that his dick is like burnt and being dragged over
He
his
was like carrying
and I
it.
assume it's like stuck like that.
Yeah,
now, right?
he
Because
was
it's
like,
depowered and it's like left like that. You can't control it anymore.
It's this dark black crusted dick.
He has to put it in one of those bundles.
Oh,
where
yeah,
you-
he's just constantly
you get like
slinging it.
a bindle. Like
yeah,
a
bindle,
homeless
yeah,
man's
yeah,
bindle.
yeah.
Cartoon bindle with the dick. The dick is still shown.
It's the stick.
Yeah,
The stick is. Tommy and Tessa make up the TNT twins, which do not appear in the comics.
Oh, okay.
But they do have the power to launch fireballs, once joining hands and yelling, TNT, detonate! Very, very...
Wonder Twins,
Wonder
right?
Twins, yeah,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
Wonder Twins. What do they yell just Wonder Twins Unite, right?
They yell Wonder
Form
Twins
a
activate.
bucket of water.
Right.
Yeah.
And they had rings, I think, too,
Oh, they
that had to
did.
like touch.
My favorite part...
We're not
which-
going to get the Wonder Twins movie, unfortunately. That,
But
that
we got
project got
this.
canceled by
But we got-
DC.
but we got this.
We got this.
I was expecting it to be so bad this
know,
episode
right?
too, yeah.
that I kept being like, oh no, they're gonna have sex.
That's what
was
I
like,
was
oh,
worried about. I was so worried about
Like,
that.
oh god, they're fighting
mean-
and they're gonna have sex.
They definitely showed us like a toilet can.
I mean, that
That was pretty bad. Well,
That
I thought,
was
and then I thought
Which I
something
was
was gonna
like-
happen, and I was like, that's bad. But
Yeah,
it
that's
didn't
bad.
happen.
Yeah.
And I was like, a butthole compared to a penis hole, I think the penis hole is still worse.
yeah, they gave us consolation under nut shot.
yeah.
Yeah. Also, going back to really quick what you said about the extras, I noticed with the extras that they were a lot of the lines were dubbed.
Yeah.
They were dubbed, so I was like, and I'll get into it actually. I'll actually get into it with
okay.
more remissible details because some of those lines dubbed are very fun and by different people from the show. The true icon. Love sausage is back and healthier and girthier than ever. That very long peen was wrapped around Mother's Milk's neck in season 2, episode 6. And let me tell you, it's all a little too friendly in this episode. It was just swimming through everybody. It didn't care. It had mind. of
That's
its
why he
own.
was like, "Get it off me!" He's
Yeah,
like,
it-
"I've already seen this before."
He was like, you look familiar.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you choked me out with your dick, my dude. And also, here are some other folks. This is where I was going in. I was going in deep. I was rewinding to see the superheroes, and I think I can even post some more on Twitter of the ones that we might have missed. But here are some of the superheroes that are at Herogasm. We got Termite.
We know Termite loves the
We
party.
know Termite wiping his juices on
Oh,
That
that
was
was so funny.
poor Mother's Milk this episode.
I
Yeah.
know.
Poor baby.
Especially really establishing his OCD, getting more of the
Yeah.
story behind its creation, his
And
own
then-
trauma.
Putting every
Oh
kind
my
of
gosh. I don't want to talk.
every type of bodily fluid on him.
Yeah.
What could possibly be Invisilast? So Invisilast was in the Herogasm comic books. Invisilast is basically Susan Storm.
Right.
And she's invisible. And she is in like a foursome with the Fantastic Four, known in the comics as Fantastico. So we could be seeing Invisilast walking around with the vibrator. In the credits in IMDb, Eagle the Archer is in this episode. I have been zooming in trying to find out which one is Eagle the Archer, and I'm still looking for Langston Kerman. In the comics, Shahimith exclaims, on my hump. In which that line is directly put in this episode. It doesn't say who says it, but Shahimith could be the person saying it. And also, the voice of the man yelling, throwing ropes!
Oh my God.
Which I've never heard.
Me neither.
Is that a thing?
The term roping.
Okay.
Yes.
Is the
it's the act of completion for a gentleman.
That's so weird. What?
I know.
Rope?
I mean,
throwing
it's a
the
metaphor.
towel makes sense, but like
it's a rope.
I get the look of it. The voice of the man yelling, throwing ropes is the showrunner, Erik.
That's so funny. Oh my God. He was probably like, finally.
Yeah, he was like, this is for me. And if you don't remember that scene, it's when Mother Milk gets milked on.
Oh my
Speaking of
gosh.
milked on, the t-shirt Mother Milk is wearing after changing from the incident is the TNT Smile Time Hour, a kids show starring Tama and Tessie, the TNT twins. I love that at their orgy, they're like, do you want our merch? There is so much to see also on the walls of the orgy house of their like what they used to be. And it's kind of like a sad like
They have like
comparison.
cases of like collectible items and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the baseball bat he broke out of that case
Oh,
was.
I should have like.
I mean, it's clear they collect like memorabilia and stuff like that.
100%, and that they do shows because she was like, "You're not gonna be at the mall, with this without me." And lastly, that beautiful, perfectly executed fight scene took 5 days to shoot.
Really?
It took 5 days of rehearsing,
Wow.
researching, and
great.
just shooting.
was a
And it
great
makes
fight
sense
scene.
because the
Yeah.
choreography is so close of 4 people. It's not like when Stormfront was getting jumped, because this is like, they're not jumping. It's like they're jumping, but he's also fighting back.
Right.
Also, that was
So-
outside, so it's like a lot
Oh
more
yeah, and this
room
is closed
to-
space.
Yeah.
100%. So after those missable details, let me know of the ones. Clearly, Herogasm is a very fun comic series, very quick to read. Go ahead and read it. I will say, like Amazon, there should be trigger warnings on it. It's a lot of dark stuff that happens in the Herogasm comic episode run. But for our big questions of the episode, where the hell did Black Noir go? Where did Black Noir
he's on the
go?
run,
Oh,
right?
That was so funny when she was like, thank you.
Just watching him getting sprayed with blood.
If I worked there, I'd be like, should I give this to someone?
I mean, she clearly did. We saw it in evidence bag.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
later.
Oh,
So
okay, yeah,
she was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, this is... Anyone who works corporate knows you got to make a problem not your problem as soon as you can. CYA, cover your ass.
was like-
I turned it in. You send an email, CC everyone you know, and say like, hello, I just turned in Black Noir's tracker.
Yep.
I'm good, thanks.
Do we think that Black Noir is by himself, or do you think that he might have ran to like the Legend or Stan Edgar?
Oh, I mean, yeah, we know he has a close relationship with Stan. Stan was
Yeah.
there for him in Nicaragua. Maybe he also knows where Maeve is and like is going to find Maeve.
I still think he has a vendetta for Maeve, which he rightfully does.
Yeah,
she put him in a coma.
Put him in a
Right, but then like
coma.
Homelander called. He's like, "You're the only guy I can trust." He knows he doesn't want to be that. Like that's not the guy. And like knowing that Soldier Boy is out there, he's like, he knows that Homelander can't stop him. I think, and that's why he's like, "I'm not sticking with Homelander. I got to get out of here."
Yeah.
and no one needs to be able to find me.
100%.
I think probably a good. I mean, if he's smart, he would go get Maeve to help him, to help
Right.
his side. Even though he put her in there, like he might be like, "This makes us even. I get you out of here. You put me in an almond joy coma. Now we're." Because my guess is that she's in one of those trap superhero boxes.
Yeah, 100%. I also think, because again, like you said, traumatic childhood experiences are really big in this show. I think they really connect to those and keep going with those. And him getting his face like blown off and being like, I just want to take off my mask, and now being like, well, now you can't.
Yeah.
Right.
That triggering moment probably came back to him of like, I worked with Vought to send Soldier Boy away. Now he's back.
It didn't even
and that
work,
moment,
yeah.
I lost
For nothing,
everything
yeah.
for this for nothing, and now he's going to kill me. And was like, no. And to know that he's like, he's getting away with it. Like he's like actively now he's gonna know like, oh, he did kill the TNT twins.
Yeah.
And Gunpowder's dead, and all this is happening. Like he's probably like,
out.
I need to get out. I
Yeah.
need to get out. I need to run.
Yeah.
I like him. I also want more for Black Noir because
I know, me too.
my mom will call me and be like, she does not like what's happening with A-Train. She doesn't like what's going on with A-Train, and she's like, that's our black character, and I'm like, well, we have Black Noir, and she's like, yeah, but what is he doing?
I mean, I think there was a good reminder this episode that A-Train has his own past and has not officially apologized, like really made penance for it. And it was very interesting this episode when Huey confronts him, and he now that he's experienced the suffering with his brother, he gives a legit "I'm sorry," and it still feels a little false because he's not used to doing it. Yeah. He still gets punched for it, well deserved. But yeah, he's not without his own past that he needs to reconcile.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I was like, someone hit Ashley, but then I was also like, Ashley is completely right. You. Like, it happens to you and now you care. But you did it to everyone.
And she's also a prisoner to Homelander. Yeah. Yes, she has decided to embrace this role and make the most of it that she can. But it's, she's trapped here. And there's almost that moment where she almost breaks out with Starlight, right?
Yeah.
And then she's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Because I think she knows, like, even if she teamed up with Starlight, she's going to die.
Yeah.
It's like, you...
This world has shown that the good side does not win, ever.
Yeah. She has the least choice in all of this. But during her speech, I was like, she's right.
She's right. I was like, she's right. You ran through people. And that's, like, even worse. Like, you ran through people.
Also, that actress is having so much fun.
Yeah. Oh, my God. She's doing great.
I love actors that have fun.
Ashley's doing amazing.
She's doing so great.
And I feel like that character was going to be written off so quickly in the first season.
Yeah, me too.
And
I literally thought she was already dead this season. I was like, isn't she already dead? And
she's so great.
I think the boys' actors are phenomenal. There is not one single... I can look at so many shows, you guys, just because I'm in Hollywood and watching actors all the time that I'm like, I genuinely am taken out of this role because this person's not acting well. But in the boys, everyone's so... Jensen Ackles this episode, holy crap. As Soldier Boy, I'm getting that, like, weird, powerful, like 80s white man.
Big boomer energy. Big boomer energy.
Yeah, it's the boomer energy of like, what do you mean?
A man doesn't carry his baby around.
Oh my God.
I wanted a couple sons. I was like, okay, what happens when you have only girls?
I know, I was thinking that too. I was like, damn.
Oh my God. Okay, speaking of shenanigans that aren't true. Did A-Train die?
Okay. I mean, we saw him, so we see him lying on the street.
Yeah.
We hear his heartbeat start slowing down, and then it fades out, and it didn't give us like a flatline because it wouldn't be a flatline.
Right.
But I think he's just barely hanging on because he didn't like do the thing that actors do when they go, ugh.
Yeah.
The death rattle.
Yeah. So I think my prediction, they're going to find him barely hanging on. And then he's going to be super terrified of running again because this was his last time doing it, or he tried to do it. And then they're going to bring him back, and that will be his turning point. I know because he almost had a turning point. Like he apologized, he got punched. Then he went right back to killing real quick. Yeah. And so now he's going to finally stick to the side of like good side. Like he goes like this constantly. And now I think he's going to just be like, all right, I almost died. I'm on the side of good.
Yeah, true.
And then your mom will be happy.
Yeah, my mom will be happy. She'll be like, I'm sure she's happy. She was, when I was talking to her on the phone this morning, she was like, ooh, I was so happy when you got drugged across the face.
Yeah, no, me too. To be fair.
I cringe at so many scenes of like gore, but this one I was like,
yeah, get him.
I was like, drag him.
I'm just glad I was afraid when they stopped that you would hear a little gurgle from Blue like he was still alive. Like,
you know what my biggest fear was?
Dying up, but he was clearly gone by that point.
My biggest fear was him stopping. When he stopped and we saw the dead body and I heard police sirens. That was my biggest fear. I was like, nope, I'm not having it today. Nope, I'm not having it today. Yeah. But I do not think he's dead. And I think with another shot of Compound V, it can revive him a little bit, make him a little bit, but I do think he'll be like on the edge. Like it'll be like, do it one more time, see what happens.
Yeah.
But I think I really want Black Noir to run into him. And I also want Black Noir to be like, him to talk to Black Noir and have a heart-to-heart, and Black Noir be like, you know I'm black, right? Like,
Do you have any idea?
Yeah. I'm not Seth, the other guy. I'm not gonna be a pushover to you. I'm gonna be honest with you. You're being ridiculous right now.
Yeah.
Like there's other matters going on, A-Train. You don't need to paralyze your brother.
Yeah.
And it was kind of his fault. I'll say it. I'll say it. He should have never brought Blue Hawk there. I don't know why
God,
he did.
no, yeah.
Oh God, A-Train. So I don't think he's dead. But if he is dead, I would say it would make for good storytelling because he had such a horrible arc, but then finally redeemed himself.
Yeah.
Like Mariana said.
I mean, if he's not dead, this is the last time you can give him a heart attack. Okay.
Yeah. No more
You
heart
can't play
attacks.
this card anymore.
No more heart attacks. Let him work sowing oats on a field,
Sowing oats.
like sowing oats. Like I want him to be like a farmer now. I want
Okay.
him to like literally leave.
Yeah.
And be
Oh,
like,
he
I
just,
need
like, retires?
peace. Yeah,
Yeah.
I need peace.
Or do something without cameras following you.
Yeah.
That's real redemption.
I
right?
understand that like being a celebrity is so hard to be taken out of that lifestyle because you're like, I'm famous, but it's like, A-Train, come on, you are digging yourself a hole.
Right.
And then no one's gonna want to see you, period, back.
Yeah.
And that's when you're thrown to the wolves. Okay. Why did Voss sell Soldier Boy to the Russians? Did we talk? Wait. Yeah.
I
why-
mean, this is kind of everything
Yeah.
we figure out every episode.
Yeah.
We learn a little bit more about this story. I mean, it's got to be. My theory is that like Voss is just controlling the world in a strange way. Through their government influence, through their corporate influence, through their consumer influence. And I think like this was like maybe a deal they made with the Russians because like they control the Compound V. They obviously don't want Russia to get it, especially in the 80s.
Yeah.
And it's the idea that like we'll give you Soldier Boy, you give us money, we'll give you Soldier Boy, and you can try and figure it out, but we're not going to give you Compound V, right?
I agree with you. You know why I stuttered on this? Because we answered this question last week.
we talked about
And I
it
answered it the exact same way that you did.
Yeah,
though.
but this it confirms what
Yeah,
you said.
I was like, I answered it the exact same way. I was like, they're definitely working under the radar.
Yeah.
But I also think they're two-timing the Russians. I don't think they're like actually working with the Russians. I understand.
Sure.
I'm like, you know how America does.
Well, and there was a great homage here to, the Mujahideen. I said that wrong.
What?
I thought you
The
were gonna-
situation in Afghanistan.
Oh my God,
Where like
yeah.
America in the 80s, when
Yeah.
it was a proxy war against the Soviets, supported the Mujahideen.
And he was like,
And
why
then,
are we?
like,
he was like, they were the good guys. And
Well,
I was
if
like,
you
oh.
watch like I think it's Rambo 2, maybe at the end of Rambo 2, there's like a whole thing, and it's like,
Yeah.
we support Afghanistan. We're on their side, and like Reagan met with them and everything, and then it's like, and then 20 years later we're fighting them with the weapons we gave them.
Yeah.
It's a great little homage to that real American history. Look it up, folks.
Oh my! Well, you need to do the breakdowns that are like
The real life
they do.
sadness.
Yeah.
Is Soldier Boy really blacking out? Because he said the first time he did it, he blacked out.
Yeah.
When he said what happened in Midtown, he said, I blacked out, and 10 minutes later, everyone was dead. I didn't mean to. And then at the party, he said again, I blacked out.
Where he's like, what happened?
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
what
he came
happened?
to, like, what happened? And I hate that Butcher didn't put two and two together and immediately say, you killed everybody.
Yeah,
I know.
Like,
Well,
recognize
Butcher
what
still
you did.
kind of needs him. I think he's trying to keep him on cool, not keep him controlled.
So, do you think, we talked about this a little offline, I said that he is going to be a problem if he can't control his powers.
Right.
Yes.
And I don't think he can control his powers without being triggered. So his first step is learning out of this cryogenic freezer in Russia, is learning how to control his triggers.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned how it's the same Russian
Yeah, so
song.
this song that he heard, we heard it 2 episodes ago, or no, 1 episode ago when he blew up on the street. And then it's the same song we hear again at this
Yeah, twice now.
at Herogasm. It's called Escape by Mikhail Shufutinsky. It came out in 1982. It's a real song. It's the same song in both episodes.
Yeah.
My question is this song actually being played diegetically in the room, or is he hearing it in his head? Is there like a signal going through the radio or something like that?
Oh, that could be
and it's
like his...
Because why would, in the first time we heard it in the U.S., it was maybe an area of New York that had like Russian immigrants or something like that. And here at Herogasm, there's Love Sausage, who's maybe Russian or vaguely Baltic or something.
I don't know.
But it's like, why is this song being played so much? A very specific, very Russian song.
Okay, so my only two arguments that I want what you're saying is true. I think I want it to be like that's his key, that's his wake up call, that's his sleeper
Winter
agent.
Soldier, Black Star, longing,
100%,
whatever.
100%. I want that so bad. Like that is what I want. But the only two reasons is so he did blow up Crimson Countess without it.
Yeah.
So he could be triggered by the song. Not to say he couldn't. He could be triggered by the song, and also his emotions overwhelming.
Right.
That could be two things. I completely see that. I would love that. I'm also like, it seems, I think you mentioned this, it seems like a bad idea for the Russians to put a top song.
Yeah, if the Russians created this trigger, why use a Russian song? Because he's going to go off in Russia.
He's gonna go off in
You got to
Russia.
put an American song in. You got to put a New Kids on the Block song.
Or just one song that no one listens to,
the
like
song came out-
Beethoven Symphony.
The song came out in 1982, and he was captured in 1984. In 1982, he's killing innocents in America. So it's very of the time, and it would make sense that the time he was captured and being tested on, he's hearing this song maybe in the laboratory or something.
Yeah.
But if they purposely implanted this song as a trigger, it's the wrong song to use.
I know.
If you want him to go off in America.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
Although is it? Because he's hearing it everywhere in America in 2022.
But I also like that, like, they listen to this song on repeat.
Yeah.
while
They're like,
torturing.
we got to go shoot
right?
bullets
Yeah.
in his mouth. Put on our favorite song.
Yay,
It's
come
not
on.
any other song.
I still think about that footage of them just firing an AK-47 into his mouth. That like haunts me. That is so crazy to think that he's feeling it, but like surviving it.
Yeah.
It's just nuts.
I think he probably is being triggered just because he is doing a phenomenal job acting, and he does look like out of
It
control.
looks blank, yeah.
And when he exploded at the party, and then when they were like, charge up Care Bear Stare again for Homelander, he like took him a long
So
time.
long. If you knew he was gonna get out, you're like, oh, this is taking way too long.
Yeah, because he did the first one involuntarily, in I think, and then when he has to do it again voluntarily, because with Crimson it was just one time.
And he really hates Crimson.
Yeah. So then this time on command, he was like, wait, I have to do this again. Take too long.
Also, I can't wait for all the jokes Butcher's gonna use about not finishing in the next episode and being like, yeah, what use his voice. You're better at accents than me.
You killed my Becca.
Oh, okay.
Oh, couldn't get it up, old soldier boy.
There you go.
Had a little trouble finishing the job then.
Trouble finishing the job. Goop from the Huey's ears. What the hell was it?
Yeah, very early when they're in the hotel room with Soldier Boy, and Huey kind of notices a little goop coming out of his ears.
I think he's gonna OD.
It was kind of blackish gray. It didn't look like blood, and he doesn't go like, oh, blood. He's like,
Doesn't Butcher
he has like a
have a nosebleed? At
Butcher
one
had
point?
like a nosebleed. Butcher also was like puking a lot after it.
I thought I attributed that to like long explosive Crimson's blood in his ear.
Maybe old blood.
Like, because
I thought it was maybe
just
his own brain.
No, I mean
liquefying
that
or
makes
something.
way more sense.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I thought he was just like, ew, I didn't get all of it in my shower or whatever.
Yeah.
But that makes way more
I mean, there's
sense.
obviously going to be some long-term effects of this temporary V that's still experimental, and regular V is bad enough. So yeah, I don't know what the outcome of that's going to be.
It's worse for it to be coming from your brain.
Right. You don't want anything coming out of the ear hole.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna
never good.
He's gonna OD, but not like
Never
die. But I think he's gonna OD pretty bad because he's also, for Huey, out of everyone, it's euphoric.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm like, oh, he's just
he's willing to give up his relationship with Starlight for the feeling of being powerful like that. Also in that scene, we gotta talk about the Oriental chop
my God.
chop suey Oriental
like, what
sauce,
happened to the chop suey Oriental
which
sauce?
is a great nod to the Szechuan sauce of McDonald's, made famous
Yep.
again by Rick and Morty.
Oh my God.
Several things Soldier Boy said this episode. 40 years later, not so great.
the baby Bjorns or whatever.
Yeah.
The dad.
The Bill Cosby, America's
said-
Oh
Dad.
my God.
Making
Only
strong
under-
drinks.
Oh my God.
And then
Not only
tell him-
is he partying with Bill Cosby,
Yeah.
he's literally having sex at Herogasm with Stormfront the Nazi, who I'm not surprised. She likes getting lasered to the chest.
Yeah.
So this makes exact
Yeah.
sense that she'd be doing something like this. And it's the nods. The writers are doing such a good job of choosing which nods to choose, like which ones to do.
Yeah.
I also love the food came from Whataburger.
Yeah, Whataburger.
Whataburger spoof. He was eating a homie burger, which is hilarious. Like a
Also,
homemade
what was he
burger.
taking? He said Benny's. What are the Benny's drugs?
It's an upper. Like he says, like we won the war with this stuff. Like they would give troops. They experimented on U.S. soldiers. They still do with different drugs, and they amp them up on methamphetamines and go fight your wars. For you. Not great.
What is the fate of our very lovely Maeve?
I mean, she's not dead. There's no way she's dead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's no way she's
everyone and everyone's mom, my mom, are saying that Maeve is not dead. Is not dead, and I don't think she's dead. I don't think she's dead either.
Right.
But like, when are we gonna find her?
Can Homelander like really hurt her? I guess he could.
He could just pick her up and drop her because she doesn't fly.
Right.
Well, I think he didn't really. He was like actually hurt. When I say this, it's because I don't care about his feelings. Oh, there was one scene. Last night when I went, to Homelander, and I said, "What the hell am I doing?" I said, "What am I doing?"
When Nora left, when he was like, "He wouldn't leave me," I was for a second. I think it was
where I was like, "Oh," and then I was like, "What am I doing?"
I know, yeah. I was like, "Get it together, Marina."
I will say during the mirror scene there, when the evil side of him mentions the humanity that he is, like the human that he still is. He's like, oh yeah, this was a
kid.
young boy who was not raised properly, and mistreated as a kid. He's dealing with his own trauma. Yeah. Is he a bad person now? Yes. Does he need to recognize that? Yes. Has the power gone to his head? Yes. But there is still a boy in there that was mistreated, and my fear now, he's let off the chain. He's now has like the fear of like there are people that can hurt me. Now he's scared now.
Yeah.
He's gonna become the super villain, right? My fear is that he finds his son. Gets his son out of there. His son hates him.
Yeah.
Right. But if he could get his son away, his son has also been abandoned by Butcher, his father.
Yeah.
So his son is kind of in the same position now. If he gets his son, they can kind of become this like force that we're all gonna have to worry about. And it does remind me of Amazon's other dark superhero show, Invincible, where it's like the fear of not knowing where Homelander is.
Yeah.
And he's kind of afraid to come back. But he will come back stronger. That's the big fear, right?
Yeah.
Literally.
I'm afraid he flew away to Antarctica and is like gonna pull Superman where he's like building a base up there or something like that.
God.
Or what if Homelander flew to the moon or something? Can he breathe in space? I don't even know.
Yeah.
I think he can do enough.
Does he even need air to breathe, to live? I don't know.
I don't need the air. I love you. Now for the kill count.
Let's get to the kill count.
Here we go. All right, very satisfying this episode. So when Nina is holding Shuri, Kimiko, and Surge hostage, Kimiko kills Nina's henchman with the sharp end of a popsicle stick, which I thought was very cool. She then kills the other henchman with a shard of metal, and she stabs him in the chest exactly 17 times.
Delicious. That was
10
brutal.
more times than he punched her, which I was like,
good for her. Good for her.
Soldier Boy fire zaps the twins to death at the Herogasm party along with 10 other people, and A-Train street drags Blue Hawk to death and then maybe accidentally also kills himself, but we are not sure, by inducing a heart attack. Homelander steps on Termite, which if anybody missed, he's gone, so no more penis holes.
He had to be stopped. He's a menace.
Yeah, he's a menace. He's raging our towns. We need to get him out of here.
Yeah, we got a little satisfying squish with that.
Though I did love the existential crisis that Termite was suddenly in when he's like, I can't get big again. He was stuck as a little man.
It was kind of sad, a burnt little
ant. I was like, oh, he's going to be stuck as a little man forever? Oh, he's finished.
It does.
And it's like Homelander went out of
it was either going to be Homelander or an owl that got him.
I know!
Honestly, got the better of both. Got the best of the two.
It would have been funny to get scooped by an owl. All right, so this episode, Homelander has a total of 1. A-Train has a total of 1, maybe 2. We don't know.
Self-inflicted.
Maybe self-inflicted. Kimiko has 2. Soldier Boy has 12 this episode. Because he blew up so many people at the party, bringing our total to 16 this episode. Pretty good, pretty high up on the
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
I like that like every episode, Soldier Boy's gonna have at least 10.
I know, because he just goes...
He's like, give me that really racist sauce.
I was going to say, so we have 2 more episodes left
I think
of the
we do
show.
have 2 more.
I think there's 8 total.
Yeah, I think there's only 2 more.
There's probably going to be another big climactic fight. I mean, it was teased in the first episode between Butcher and Homelander when they're like, we're going to go scorched earth. It got mentioned again here. I thought they were going to be saving it for the end. You know, I think we'll have the fight again at some point.
We already got a laser off.
I love the different color lasers so we don't get confused.
Yeah, I
I think now Homelander's gonna go immediately to Voss. He's gonna know. He's probably gonna go talk to Maeve because he's like, I know you and Butcher have been like doing something, and it's like, but I knew you guys were talking, and now Soldier Boy's free.
Yeah.
2 of them have V. What the hell happened? I'm missing something. You're here. Tell me what happened. And I think he's gonna wash down all the B. He's gonna like put it down the drain.
Oh, he's gonna get rid of all the temp. Do you think that this? I was saying at the beginning of the season, I think they need to deal with Homelander in this season? Like, can we keep going on with the show as having Homelander as the main threat? Or do you think they're going to resolve that either by killing him or in somehow wiping his mind in a strange way?
If they can't kill, if they can't kill him,
or does Butcher die? I mean, can you have this show without Butcher or Homelander? They're our main drivers.
I
Right?
think you can have the sad part is I think you can have the show without Butcher.
Yeah.
My whole thing about Homelander is you need an equally bad person.
Which
so
is why I think if he
Boy.
turns his kid into that bad person, it could be that.
Yeah.
Also, I'm worried about Huey now. I'm worried about my boy Huey.
I know. God, he's turned into such an asshole, really.
Yeah.
What if he just Homelander's still there, but he only gets zapped partially by the
and he loses
blast.
some of his power?
Some of his powers, or maybe half of all his powers, or he no longer has vision or whatever.
What?
But,
A Homelander with a fear of mortality is a new Homelander.
I think, what if he loses his powers and he is a normal person?
Oh God.
He genuinely was
So
that was making me sick, and now I'm not sick.
I mean, my fear is that he says that, but it's really the fully bad version of
Oh,
him.
no.
Who's better at being a psychopath, and we think Homelander's fixed.
That's
My
it.
And then we
boy.
get that wink
That's
to the
the one we
camera,
want.
My
right?
boy.
Yeah.
Oh, Anthony
Cheers
Starr.
to you,
you
sir.
I
crazy
mean,
person.
that mirror scene. Send it in for the Emmy, huh?
Yeah.
Send
He's
it in
so
for the
good.
Emmy.
He's such a good. Everyone's so good at acting on this episode.
Yeah.
Jensen
Well,
Ackles is tearing
We
me
also know
apart.
Homelander in real life is
Oh.
not afraid to lay down some threats.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Yikesy. That's it for our boys. Underground, this episode of The Boys Underground. Thank you, Brandon Barrick.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Marina Mastros. You can follow Marina at Marina Mastros on Twitter. You can follow Barrick at Grin and Barrick. I almost said you can follow Grin and Barrick at Grin and Barrick.
You can.
You can follow me at Lulu_Clemons. And you can follow the new Rockstars at New Rockstars on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Follow us on all our social media platforms. Now follow us on Tumblr, where I'm over there catching up on some hot takes for Miss Marvel. Going a little crazy. Every time I say something crazier, and I tone it down.
She finds a new. Oh, I thought you were higher.
No, I post things, but I'm not too crazy.
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm trying to talk to you guys. I just need to get everyone in a meeting to give out your questions. So keep asking questions on Tumblr. I'll get to them. Join us on Discord as long as you're 18 and above to get talks and some exclusive shit. I want all that bleeped out from Drew, the editor. Have a nice day. Have a Herogasm day. Have a couple Herogasms of yourself. Take that long dick, put it over your back, and
Go on your way.
Yay!